And good morning, guys, and welcome back to Nine Broadcast. And across from you have.
I'm Catherine Clausen. Fun fact about me, I love abstract art. To the left of me, I have
Yusra Lehman. And just a small fun fact, the ring that I'm wearing is actually in the shape of the BTS logo. Anyways, but Sean, what is your fun fact?
Oh, my fun fact is that I like to listen to music and sometimes I like to go ice skating.
Okay.
Nice. Hi, I'm Noah Matthews. And one fun fact about me is I love longboarding. Well, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I bet at the end of this, you'll be saying, well, now I know. Today's topic is unpopular opinions and I'll... I'm sorry. Today's topic is unpopular opinions and our thoughts on them. So, our first topic, which I think we can get started. Can you have too many forks?
Forks.
Forks, like eating forks.
I think so.
Why?
Like, why have so many? Can't you just like have a select few?
I mean, like, okay, let's say you have like seafood platter, different
Okay.
flavors and everything. You could have a different fork for each flavor.
Why would you want to do that?
Just in case,
That's what
like,
I say also.
now your residue on this could get stuck on the fork. The flavor isn't going to be just. It's
Then
gonna
wipe
be
the
there.
fork. Like, get a little
Yeah.
tissue and wipe the fork every time you're eating.
It's not going to be the same.
Usually if you're dishing something, you'll need a spoon, not a fork.
Yeah. Like, ooh, maybe you can have a spork.
Jeez.
Wow.
Jeez.
Genius.
Damn. 100 IQ.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I know.
100 IQ. So,
But
what's
like,
your...
I think when you have like too many folks, it's only for the amount of people. If you like a person that likes have a lot of parties or things like that, then having a lot of folks would make sense. But if you an introvert and like to stay at home alone, having so many folks does not make sense. Like, no. Hello.
Yeah, I think also it depends on how much people you have in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it
so-
depends. So if you like a large family and you have large folks, so it's also like if you have a small family, you have small folks. So it definitely depends on how much people or how much people you live with. So yeah,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yusra?
You don't need that many forks, like generally. And I speak this, but I'm being a bit hypocritical because I have too many forks. But yeah. So,
Jeez.
yeah, I think,
Speaking from experience.
yeah, anyways.
No, but like there are some exceptions because there are those forks with a little what's it at the end of
The
it?
flowers.
Yes.
Everyone has a utensil with that
If you
on.
don't have that and you're a color in a colored household,
Yes.
you're not in a colored household.
You're
Not in a South
facts.
Your
African
facts.
colored household. That's not possible.
Yeah, you have to have that little flowery. It's
It's just
That's a
it
must.
has to be there. Sorry, before we started, Catherine, you mentioned something about abstract art.
oh
So what's your do you think abstract art is logical, or what's your opinion on it?
personally, I just think with abstract art, they view it as something unordinary, but with other people, they can view it as anything they would like. But with normal art, like a face or a tree or anything logical you see, if you don't see that thing, you're not seeing right. But with abstract art, seeing something different doesn't mean you're wrong, basically.
So you can have multiple opinions on
Yeah,
it.
that's why I think it's more logical.
And I think typically if you were to see certain things within abstract art, it shows more about the person and how they think and how they perceive things. So I think it's more of a deeper meaning to have
Yeah.
abstract
Mhm.
art.
Yes, you still have
Yeah.
art therapy coming up, guys.
You saw the artist.
Yeah.
For me, abstract art is just another form of art. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. I see everything the same. I could see a tree as a face if I wanted to. So it just doesn't matter to me, because a lot of people will come up and say that that's not real art. but then I'll grab a bucket of paint and throw it on the wall, and I'll say art
Yeah.
back. But Sean, like, what do you think about abstract art?
I think it helps people to dive in like with the emotions, because you can also use that as a like a emotion factor, and like how you perceive things as yourself. So you can use abstract art as many things in today's world. So,
That's true.
And it's therapeutic most of the time to create it, honestly.
yeah,
It
Abstract
is.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't created abstract art personally, which I would love to, but I think creating abstract art is harder than it is, because especially with people that like want everything to be like precise perfectly, or I don't know,
OCD.
just making it look weird or not to their liking is gonna be a tough challenge, you know. So
One thing I want to do with abstract art is I want to get like one of those rain suits, like the see-through ones. I want to tie it like all over my body, dunk myself in paint, and run against a canvas. Is it canvas or canvas?
Canvas.
anyway,
Run against a canvas.
yeah. Anyway,
It's like leave a little outmark. But should we dive into some more depth topics?
Yes, I think so.
So then, what about this one? Are your relationship issues critical for everybody else to know?
no.
I don't think so. I feel like there are certain things that are important for you to share to certain people, but generally, I don't think you should be telling everyone about this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think you want everybody in your street to know that like your boyfriend is cheating on you or something. So I think, for my personal opinion, I think you should rather try and keep it to yourself before you let everybody know.
And also for the people, not like attacking anyone, but for people that do that, I think they just do it for like attention.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's something small, but they'll still go on about it to like everyone they know, and then like it could be for attention, you know.
But
So-
like then you also have to take into account that perhaps they're actually like trying to signal for help or something. So you never really know. So some people think, oh, they're just saying this for attention. But actual fact, they could be trying to signal for help.
Yeah, there are different degrees on which that
Yes.
things should be mentioned, things should be talked about and such. But side note, if your boyfriend is cheating on you, break up with him, please. Do not stay with him. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
yeah.
We see
Well,
people that are-
101 advice over there. $3.99.
Yeah.
I also think so. I mean, your relationship is private to you, you know. As people say, you don't want everybody to know, because then it's like you're looking for people to know what you're going through. So it's like, for me, it's like, don't rush. Don't be in a hurry for a relationship. I mean, everybody has to, as we can say, everybody has to love themselves. If you don't love yourself, how can you love the other person?
Yeah.
So you first have to love yourself as a person to be able to love other people. And it's like so many people... It's like so many people today just want their relationships to be known, and they post it on social media. So it's like that's where also can influence your relationship, is where you post it on social media, because everybody has their opinions on your relationship. So it's like you're gonna post on social media, then you are gonna find hate comments. You are gonna find comments where you say, "Oh, why with that person? Why with that person? Look how he looks. Look how she looks." So it's just keep it to yourself at the end of the day. So.
And I feel like generally you don't need to have a partner to be happy, which I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people have clung to, especially our generation, because as Fagan likes to call it, we are the fatherless generation. And there's always at least one person that like is lacking some type of affection from one party of their like either their mother or their father and such, and tries to find it in the next person. But honestly speaking, I don't feel like that's fair on yourself or the next person to expect that from someone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But just a little transition on the same topic of relationships. Do you think men need to be taught how to respect women?
Of course. Why is
Yes.
that even a question? Hello? That should not be a question. For the people at home that think that it's okay for men to just like treat women as objects, you need to get your priority straight. So just it's a good thing to teach young boys to, I don't know how old they get, but like just it's a good thing. It's a must, you know?
I feel like, especially in Cape Town, not Cape Town, but South Africa, because I think we're one of the highest ranked in gender-based violence. And
Yeah.
things. I feel like a
Sheesh.
lot of us, like the households grow up objectifying women and just seeing, like, making all these, like, jokes and things because of also porn and all that other stuff, which comes up and is so common and in the media and such, which makes it so that you don't see people as people anymore. And I think that goes for both men and women.
Slay.
I mean, like, no, we definitely do cover that with Fagin and like our onions thing. Like our last topic was actually how to be a man, and we went over some of the qualities, and we found out that a lot of men in South Africa don't have these qualities because they weren't taught it at a young age. They were taught, okay, my father like abused his wife, I need to do the same to mine. My father went out and slept around or something, I need to do the same. So I think that if you're able to teach a child at a very young age that if you respect women, then they can do a lot for you. Like they will respect you the same way. They will treat you. They'll give you all your love they want. You know.
Yeah.
Then I definitely think that a child should.
Yeah.
Sorry, hands. No hands. Can't play with. A lot. So I definitely think that your child should learn how to respect women at a very young age, so it can at least be built into them.
And once you start like teaching a child from a young age, it's just stopping the cycle. The reason they use the excuse of since my father did it, I'm gonna do it. But if we stop the cycle now with our podcast, people at home, it will already make a
change.
Big change, honestly.
But I feel like since my father did it or my mother did this, I have to do that as well. I feel like it's also a subconscious thing that you take on over a lot of exposure to it because in your environment. And I feel like a lot of the time when it's found out that someone's child has been abusing someone, abusing their partner, abusing the opposite gender and such, I feel like it is often the case that the parents don't take responsibility for that. They don't like say, okay, have we exposed our child to this and things.
Yes.
And I feel like it's also important for them to also grow, to become better, is for like us all to reflect on like how has the environment affected us? What can we change about it? You know?
I mean, like with me, my dad went to go get milk. So so it's just me, my mom in the house, and my brother and my dogs. But I can tell you now that like one day when I have children, I'm gonna break that cycle, because it's not fun knowing, or you go out and you see some child playing with his dad and you can't do that or something. So then it's always better to try and break the cycle than to continue it.
Yeah.
Try and set a different chain of a different timeline of events.
Yeah, we need that applause. We need that applause.
Sean?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
There's a saying say, the way you treat your mom, you'll treat your wife. So if you treat your mom with respect, you automatically treat your wife with respect.
Yeah.
So it also comes because with me, it's like, it's not fair for girls to go through this way they violent, like abuse or that. So in a way, it's like us as men, we need to also take that stand to say, stop gender-based violence, because as I said, girls are, in this day, it's like they mostly target girls at a young age. So I feel like it's not also right that girls need to walk around always being scared, and it's like they always need to check their surroundings. So as you said, like, if you can treat someone with respect or a girl with respect, then you showing yourself what level as a man you are to the girl or a person. So I think it's very good that at a young age you get taught this, because I mean the world we're living in now, it's like boys are just getting out of hand with girls. I mean at a young age you're seeing girls get raped, girls get murdered. So it's like for us as boys, it's like what are these guys' mindset that they doing this? It's like then you guys get teaching respect at a young age. So for me it's like this world definitely needs to, or this men, some of these men in the world definitely need to take a stand and go up against gender-based violence and say this is not right, how women are treated.
And I feel like generally, I've met a few people and things which don't believe that, like, in women being apprehensive about meeting someone or anything like that, where like being afraid and things, they'll get offended by that, which I don't understand, because there was this one explanation that I found across TikTok, I can't remember who it was, but they said if there are two glasses, one filled with water and the other is filled with battery acid, but they both look the same, you're not going to drink either of the water. You're going to be scared to drink either. And it's the same with men. You can't tell with who is going to be good and who's going to be bad. So it's, I feel like it's typically unfair for people, for men specifically, to get offended by women maybe carrying like
A taser.
a taser or any type of self-defense because that's for their own safety.
Yeah.
So
And I really think it could take a toll on a woman's mental health, the fact that they're constantly scared about this. And on the topic of mental health, do you think that mental health problems should only apply to a certain gender?
definitely not.
Certain gender.
No, I think women, like, they speak more about mental health, but I think men also go through it, like, hectically. And since they don't speak about it because they brought up being a man, you shouldn't talk about your feelings.
That's a big one.
Getting the mental state gets ignored, basically. So for people out there for men out there and women, but mostly men, if you feel that you're bottling something up, it's not good. Just start by talking to someone close to you.
Yeah. And the whole standard of I have to be the man, I can't speak about
Yeah.
it. That's the absolute worst, like as you spoke about it. Because sometimes there are actual issues and things that carry on with you throughout your daily tasks, your daily life, how you speak to people, how you approach people, because of something that you don't want to speak about, whether it's something small or something big. If you're not opening up about it, it might be affecting other parts of your life, which you don't realize. So I feel like it is important for everyone to talk about and to get the help that they need of whatever situation they're going through.
I mean, like, personally, I have gone to therapy. And I'm telling you, ever since I did, I've been such a better person. Because now I know I have somebody who I can personally talk to and open up about everything. So it's like, if you're ever dealing with something, I suggest you get a therapist or somebody who you can talk to. If it's your teacher, a friend, but just make sure that you know you can trust them with all your heart. So that's one thing that really stuck with me. Sean?
Yeah, for me, it's also a tough subject because, as Catherine said, as men, if you talk about our emotions or we cry in front of a girl, then we classified as not a high standard man or not a man that knows how to get our feelings. So for me, it's like, guys, if you are going through something, don't be scared to open up. If you open up, you're not classified as a low standard man. It's just you opening up about your feelings. Because for me, men should feel like they could open up about their feelings and not open up. So I think it's definitely,
Yeah. And I think that just therapy, generally, it doesn't make you any less of a man. Which I feel like, I don't know why that has been instilled in men.
Yeah.
That speaking to someone, like, it
I
makes you
don't get
any...
it.
It's honestly, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if you guys understand that.
Yeah, you're actually more of a man if you do speak more about your feelings.
Yeah, you are showing that your emotions are part of you. That's a good thing, a quality to have.
Onto a different topic of now, pronouns.
Yeah,
Pronouns.
Catherine.
There's been a topic in which they're saying that... I love how we just all...
Yeah, you just like
You're the
Catherine.
most
Hello.
you're the most knowledgeable about
Oh,
everything, okay?
Yeah.
So we had someone, Erin, talk about how the subject of neopronouns are confusing. So can you maybe just explain what neopronouns are first?
Neopronouns are basically they, them, or Ziza, or anything that...
Caesar.
Yeah, it's basically you don't... there's also it is... not it. I can't remember the exact other term, but you can be pronounced as it. Because you don't... Some people don't identify as like a gender. That's for they, them. Or even a person. But for most, when people get confused about they, them pronouns, I'm just going to talk about they, them pronouns for now. Because I also can't explain too much of it because I can't relate or identify as that. But from the people around me, for they, them pronouns, when you get confused about that, just think for your friend or anyone you're supporting who identify as non-binary, they just view not being one gender. They don't feel that their body is who they supposed to be. And when you misidentify that, it's like, I don't know how to explain it exactly.
The definition.
I can't see.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're
Neopronouns.
blind.
As people at home, I'm very blind, so I cannot see.
Do you want me
Don't
to
have
read it?
your eyes with
Yes,
you.
please.
Well, for those people out there who don't know, neopronouns are a category of new pronouns, aka neo, that are increasingly used in place of she, he, or they when referring to a person. For example, including X, them, their,
They,
they,
them.
hers, hers, and I, mer, and er. I am just sounding these words out. If I'm mispronouncing them, I apologize from the deepest part of my heart.
So,
And Catherine is just whipping out the glasses.
people just leave me alone. So as they said, like it's a replacement of he, she, or they. So generally of what describes a person and such. So I also kind of find it quite confusing. I'm not trying to invalidate anyone with their like what their pronouns are, but it is quite like confusing to grasp the concept of it.
Yeah, I think a good way to think about it is if someone near to you says, I don't feel one or another, basically girl or boy, think, okay, maybe since you care about the person, if you do, they just want to be identified as something that feels more like them. That's a good way of putting it. Identifying them as someone as they feel is their own self is a great way to start with. If you're still confused, you should talk to them about it. That's the best thing to do. Communicate with someone close to you who feels these exact feelings.
But
Yeah.
like, so wait, if I may ask, do you know someone who does use neopronouns?
Yes. I'm not going to mention them. But they basically just, when they told me how they felt, it was, I didn't know how to feel because it's not my feelings, I know. But like you said, it's confusing to just swap how, because they were first he, him. But now they go by they, them, and it was just an adjustment. But once you start like repeatedly saying it and getting used to how they feel and how they are gonna be in the future, it's gonna change more all the same. Like for you at home, I'm not gonna mention your name, but I love you lots. Okay.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you know you are.
But Catherine, as a member of the LGBT community, right?
Yeah.
Would you go fight like for the LGBT community? Because there are a lot of people who are fighting against them.
Yeah.
And do you think it's necessary?
How do you mean? Can you
Like, do you think that people say that people who are part of the LGBT community aren't normal, they aren't proper people, and they say that they should just go to church or go pray and everything? Would you fight against that?
It's your opinion, firstly. I'm Christian. Like, I've been trying to get closer to God, but I am a part of the LGBT community. So, to fight against someone, it's not worth it. I think this was one of the prompts that you just said. Going against the LGBT community and vice versa is not worth it. Like, if you're an ally, thank you. If you're against it, why? It's your own reasons. I would fight against, like, if it's a harming the person, like people in the LGBT community that gets harmed, like trans people especially. If you like physically abusing that, then I would definitely like, I will be there for you. I will fight for you. Everyone out there that's a part of the LGBT community. It's not something that you're not alone. Yeah.
Sean?
I feel like,
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Sean, you've been really quiet. What are your opinions on LGBT community? And would you go fight for them?
I think it's your own opinion, as Kirsten says, your own opinion. For me personally, it's like with LGBTQI in a way I support it, because at the end of the day, it's your opinion where you want to join it and where you want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
For someone that is a part of it, I respect it, because at the end of the day, no one can tell you if you can or can't belong to that. So for me, I think people that are part or join that, it's like, you guys, everybody has a voice. They have a voice. So you can't not let their voice be heard.
Yes.
For me, they have a voice, and if you have to look at it from both sides of the story, because your opinions and their opinions may be different, but at the same time, your opinions and their opinions matter. So,
Oh yeah, sorry, Yusra.
Just skipping over you. Anyways, I was gonna say like, the reason why I also brought this up and things is because I know a lot of people that like will get physically, like they'll get upset and angry about this and want to like fight and get aggressive about it, about the whole situation, about the topic, which typically for me it doesn't make sense, because why are you so focused on the next person? Should you not be focusing on yourself? Should you not be
Period.
Should you not be rather
Slay, girl.
focusing on your belief system and whatever you are
Yeah.
to be a better person yourself? Because I know people that will go and will fight and will like destroy like the flags and things, and I'm like, why are you wasting your time on this? Because this doesn't make you any better of a person. So is it not better to rather than just stick to your lane, just to focus on yourself, just to, you know, move past that? Because most of the people that I know that do all of these things will like do other stuff on the sidelines, which are basically against their religion or against their belief systems and such like that. Yet they're fighting against this and saying it's against their belief system. So fix yourself first before you try to fix the next person. And even after you fix yourself, I don't think you need to fix the next person. Just like
You be
know?
you.
Yeah,
It's not something to fix.
yeah,
It's not
exactly.
something to fix.
And I think that we can use this as a way to transition to our next topic. Catherine, you mentioned that a lot of trans women and men get hate.
Yeah.
Now, do you think a trans woman, aka a man who transitioned into a woman, should be allowed to use the women's bathroom?
As I said, I'm not one to talk about just generalization. My opinion on this, I think there should be a specific bathroom for this.
Yeah.
In other countries, it's starting to become more popular, I guess. But it's just, if you don't feel neither, or if you don't feel girl or boy, or you feel more girl, there's a bathroom for all three genders. So I don't know what it's called.
Unisex bathroom.
No, that's just for girl and boy. I'm saying non-binary,
Oh.
girl, boy.
Inclusive bathroom.
Inclusive bathrooms work. And for the people, what you guys' thoughts on like just trans people using
You
the
do
bathrooms?
you, my guy. To me, it doesn't really matter if you're gay, lesbian, non-binary, whatever your pronouns, they, them, she, her. If you want to use a bathroom, you use that bathroom. Just don't go staring at people as you're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Typically for me, I feel like
Unisex toilets, that's what they're called. Sorry.
Let's just quickly run through this definition. Unisex public toilets can be used by people of any sex or gender identity. Such toilet facilities can benefit transgender populations and people outside of the gender binary.
Yeah.
So I think that having their own separate bathroom is like might be a better use. I understand that like it might be a bit of a sticky situation for the actual person, because like feeling it and having to go into their own bathroom might be difficult. But the thing is that it's also on a safety precaution kind of thing, because there are some sick people in this world, and there could just be someone that could be pretending to be trans and pretending to get into these areas and such, which could lead to a whole new thing, you know. So there are some things that I feel like on your path, you choose like a certain way you want to be, a certain way you want to live and things. And whatever follows afterwards is going to have to be up to you. You're going to have to also understand that this is what you're going to be faced with. This is what you're going to have to take. And if that's who you want to be and who you're proud to be in things, it's something that everyone has their challenges that they have to experience, and I feel like every gender has their challenges. Like, I mean, like how we were saying, men can't really speak up often of how they feel, and women are often in the sense like they feel like they're in danger and such. And this is just kind of, in a sense, another challenge that has to be faced and has to be carried on throughout life, which is a sad thing.
Can I just say
Yeah.
something? My son's school has unisex bathrooms, and the school is not falling apart. Can I just
Nice.
add that?
Yeah,
It's
The
not the
world
end
is-
of the
The
world.
world is
Yeah.
not coming to an end.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to
Yes.
all the schools. Sorry. Thank you to all the schools who are actually transitioning and trying to help children come out and be as who they are, in installing unisex bathrooms, having pride days, having like just days where you can come dressed as a colorful rainbow if you wanted to. Just like all these days are really still gives me hope in the school system.
yeah.
Um,
But I think also, wait, do you have any?
yeah, Sean, you've been quiet, my guy.
No, I've just been listening because with me, it's like you yourself at the end of the day. Nobody can change that. I mean, if you classify it as that, that's you. That's who you are. Be brave about it. Be confident. Say, okay, even though a person might look at me in that way, I am who I am as a person. I mustn't be afraid to be that person I am classified as. So for everybody who's going out there in the world and people are hating on them and classifying them as something else, don't listen to them, because you are you at the end of the day. You are classified as you. So don't try and change for the other person, or don't try and change your status or your gender just for the other person to, how can I put it, to
To suit their opinion.
yeah, to suit their opinions.
Yeah. And I feel like also just generally with like the LGBTQ plus, like how Catherine has mentioned before, that sometimes on social media especially, it can be used as a way to draw attention and used as attention. And I feel like not only that, but sometimes I'm honestly like, this might be a sticky situation, but I feel like there are some people that will go into the LGBTQ plus community because they are lacking attention. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's for everyone, but there are people that don't feel strong like within their self-worth and self-respect and stuff with themselves, their self-value. They don't respect it enough sometimes, and will just try to find a way to belong, which is, it's a good thing that you're having a place to belong, but just generally also with like just people even in stores and stuff like that using it to make funds and such, it can be, I don't know, I feel like invalidating it in a sense. I don't know.
Well then, I think we should transition over to another topic. I cannot pronounce this word. Yusra, can you? Should something be? I can't read
Okay.
properly.
So we're going to be talking about if adolescents should have access to social media. So young children growing up and such, should they have access to that?
It depends. I think it depends.
You do you, my guy. It's like if your parents get you a phone, as long as it's not like an iPhone, because I think that children are going to lose it very fastly. So if you are going to get your child a phone, rather give them like a nice little cheaper phone. Me, I grew up on those butterfly phones.
Butterfly phone?
Butterfly phones. You know the I am a little butterfly.
Same.
No, those were like my child. I only got my actual first phone like when I was like, how old? 14? When I was 13. That's when I got my first phone.
I think I was about the same. I think I was 12 and I had that phone for 4 years. And coming back to that point, I also think it depends on the child. If you trust your child enough, get them a phone. It helps in many ways. Being on the internet can also, Fagan likes to say, be the everything generation, something like that. 'Cause
Or
they
you have everything at
our
their fingertips.
Yeah.
But I feel like, for me, I don't think that children growing up should have access to social media. I
Social
feel like,
media is
yeah,
a whole different thing, yeah.
because I feel like they're still learning how to appreciate themselves and how to view the world and see the world and such. And there's a lot of things on social media which I feel like can only be understood properly once you've reached a certain age.
Mm.
And I think that just growing up with social media and generally just also growing up with a phone and such can also make you lose sense of how precious and how amazing life is, because you're so stuck on your phone or stuck on something that is distracting you from living your life. And the whole standard of beauty and what you must be, how you must be, is displayed a lot on social media. And when you're still trying to find yourself and who you want to be, I don't think that's something that should be in your face here, or everyone else's opinions for you to, you know?
Kind of think that Gen Z is like the perfect generation between we had like that childhood where we were running outside with barefoot, grass, dirt, etc. And also had our phones at a good age. But now the generation after us, they're growing up with phones and tablets and just things for parents to keep their kids' attention for a long periods of time, or I don't know how else to put it. And then the generation before us, just they only got their phones in their 20s, or I don't know. But I think we're the generation with the perfect technology to touch grass.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But like definitely, if you are going to get your child a phone, just like again, my opinion, don't start them out on like a very, very expensive phone. Because just now they like drop it and then they'll ask you for a new one and then the whole screen's destroyed or something. So the way I practiced, I'm going to mention this again, was those butterfly phones. If you want to get your child some practice, get them one of those, or like those ones with the little buttons that you push with the rings.
Oh my word. Do you know that kids nowadays, they don't go like this, they go like this?
that.
You're joking.
It's, I'm so
You're
serious.
joking, my God.
I
So
Yes,
with
they
the
do.
butterfly phone, if you
I always
start
do
it
this.
with
They
that,
don't do that
you
now
start
these
with
days.
yeah, it's
They just
sad.
going like with a normal phone like
And
this now.
they go
Yeah.
like this. They put their hand to their ear like this.
But also like the fact that they also picked that up. But not only that, but like when like in social media and stuff like that, the whole they dancing, the kind of sexual stuff that they are
Oh, yeah.
introduced to and exposed
Yeah.
to, and they think it's normal. Like I mean, there've been so many times we like nowadays we see like children out here like 4, 5, 3 that are like twerking and things, and you're just sitting there like, why are they doing that? Like, I
On the topic of that, I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw a video. I forgot the person's name, but it was his mom, who's a professional pole dancer, right? And out of nowhere, her child just goes on the pole and starts swinging around, and the child's like still in diapers. Like you could see the child just learned how to walk.
And also when you get like, when they get, what's the word?
mature.
No, like exposed
Oh.
to the internet so young. People entertain all that dirty things and pole dancing. Like, I bet you people would have found that video so funny, but it's just,
I think it got like 12K likes.
yeah, it's not something to entertain, you
Yeah.
know?
And I feel like just like a lot of people will say, oh, but you shouldn't be sexualizing this child. It's not that case. I feel like also you must also understand that what you're doing, you're normalizing this type of actions in their lives. You're normalizing this way of thinking. And that's why a lot of the cases we're growing up in things with gender-based violence and a whole bunch of other, like, and people treating each other like objects instead of people, because people, like, it's just being normalized, you know?
Oh, and no hate if you are a pole dancer. No hate.
Not all pole dancing is sexual. in a
Yeah, I'm
sense,
just
but
saying.
yeah.
It's just not people think
don't-
I'm being mean or something.
No, so I don't know if you guys heard about this on the radio when they now saying under 13 should have like parents guide to use TikTok, and like for people under the also like from 13 maybe till 17, 16 need now a password to have to go on to TikTok.
Like
So-
YouTube Kids or something.
Yeah, and then like 18s can, or like you have like 1 hour on TikTok. So I think in a way it's this generation also focused on TikTok and growing their accounts and trying to become famous. So it's like in this generation, everyone wants to become famous. Everyone wants to have that title of, oh, you know, you like everyone wants to have a title now these days, and if you have a title, it's not like you're gonna attract anybody, you're gonna be like, oh, look at this person, he has a title. It's like, I don't think people need to get titles to be famous or that. So it's like, if you want to be influencer, be influencer. Don't out try and, if you wanna, or can I put, if you wanna be a celebrity, don't try and look at them and say, okay, I must be like them. Try and do it in a different way where you can be that influencer to other people in a way. So it's like, I think with social media, it's definitely a thing where, as you say, young children are getting exposed to many things. Like, if you go on TikTok now, I bet you there's a video, maybe like a young children going into a Nova Park, going to Manenberg, and then you will see them like crazy around and just, I don't know, maybe stealing from somewhere. And I think there's no hate to that people. I mean, it's like, I want to be that change where people can see me as an influencer, changing people in this situation in a way where you don't have to run to those certain things to be a person. I mean, look at the Temple Boys. They have came from an era, but what they chose music, and that's how they help people. So I think people must try and see what they can do good, so then they can become their influencer to other people. So I think in a way, we must take social media as a place where we must use it to grow our platforms, not to do that. So
Yeah.
And I feel like even though like we're talking about young children, we've also grown up, I mean, with social media and things. And I feel like more and more people are starting to use it as a way to not face their problems, to not handle life and things, which is so unhealthy. And it's just such a terrible mindset, because you're never going to move forward and such when you're using this as a way of just not fixing whatever's in front of you, not dealing with what is ever in front of you, you know?
yeah.
And do you think, like, just a little transition, do you think that our generation relies on escapism?
Yeah,
Yes, very much.
very much. Especially the now popular app TikTok or Instagram and Snapchat, all the modern things all teenagers use. I think, coming back to TikTok, when people like say, oh my word, look at the time, it's gone by so fast. I was just scrolling for a little and then it turned into an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and they use that as an excuse. For people that also like to procrastinate, it's an amazing excuse for them, hey. I'm not saying that it's bad, but also check your time, like, from now, and then just like time yourself, see how long you usually would stay on TikTok. We have the thing on your phone, your phone's well-being, and it shows you how long you're on your phone for a day. And I think if it's like over 9 hours, you have to like check your time.
And I feel like just generally, like our generation uses so many other things to escape from life, like how we've been saying with like our phones and things. But not only that, it can also be things like distractions such as vaping, drinking, drugs, you know, the hectic stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And it's becomes a bit much, because I mean, now you're just deciding to give up on yourself and give up on your future and things, because you rather want to feel better right now instead of how you want to be, you know, going forward.
So on the topic of smoking, weed, and nicotine and everything, do you think that is smoking weed or nicotine better than smoking tobacco?
No.
Nope.
I feel like to the extent people are doing it, it's really not.
To the extent.
Yeah, I mean, like, I keep thinking about it when I saw this topic. I keep thinking of that one song. Forgot what it was, but it was like, so what if we smoke weed? So what if we go?
No, that's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
Young,
that
wild,
song.
and free.
I mean, like, it's your choice again. If you want to smoke weed, if you want to smoke nicotine, if you want to do tobacco, chewing tobacco, anything, it's honestly up to you.
But it's also opinion. It's no better than smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
If you constantly rely on weed. I'm gonna use that word a lot. If you rely on narcotics and things like that just to escape, it's no better than using the excuse it's helping me.
Yeah. I mean, your lungs were only built to take in oxygen, just generally. So you're putting something else into your body on a daily or weekly and such, and expecting your health to be at top tier. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. Shonasi. Shonasi. We got Katerina. We got Shonasi. What's Yusros' nickname? Use. We got Use. And we got me, Noah. Just Noah.
I call him Ok.
Not the first one.
Bible.
What's your opinion on this, Shonas?
Yo, it's a very good question. Again, I think it's your opinion. It's whether you want to do it or not. I mean, we can't force you. We can't say don't do that. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. But as you said, it's impacting your own health. So at the end of the day, if you expect them to have healthy lungs, you can't expect that if you're smoking every day and doing that. Because your lungs are, it's for me, it's like they did experience where they put vape in one thing and smoking to other thing, and for me it's like,
I saw that, yeah.
And for me it's like smoking is like hectic when they come out of that thing. So for me, I won't say vaping is better, but both impacts you in a different way. So for people that's doing that, I mean, what can we say to them? There's nothing we can say. All we can say is like try and change that. Try and see what positive way you can take from that, and try and change, that in a way where you can become that better person. And so yeah. But all we can do on this podcast is help people.
Yeah.
I mean that's all we can do. We can just help you, guide you, make you better, set your potential, see where you want to go in life, and I think that's what we stand for as this podcast, is that we want to see the change in other people. We want to see that we can be that change and we can be that light to other people. So as this group, it's we taking a stand where we can say to Cape Town, this is our generation. Look at what we are doing within our generation. We at BLASC, as this podcast group, is taking a stand. We want to travel the world and say to people, okay, look at our lives and see what you can take from that and try and change it. So
yeah, we need that.
Sure.
That should be what you
goal.
just said. Yeah.
That should
that's our goal. That is our goal.
yeah.
What's today's, no, not today, what's the year's campaign? BLASC started a campaign about positive self-talk and the power of it. So this year, we are going to be talking about positive self-talk and the way it can affect a lot of people.
Yeah,
So,
how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Just view it. Think about it. Is it negative, positive? There's no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for all those people at home, since positive self-talk is a campaign for this year, for all those people at home, if you saying today, I can't go for a walk, I can't go for a run, tell yourself, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to go for a run, I can do this, I can and I will do it.
Yeah.
Because eventually at the end of the time, you know that you're gonna feel so much better after that walk or that run, knowing, yes, I burnt off 200 calories, or yes, I drank 2 liters of water. It's saying, oh, I just gained 200 calories, I didn't drink any water today.
Yeah.
It's better to talk positively about yourself than negatively, because then eventually it'll become a habit, and then that will transition into your normal lifestyle. Because then no matter what, anything can come at you, you'll just have constantly a positive mindset towards it.
Yeah. And I feel like, so we have been, obviously, like you said, we're going to be doing the campaign and such. So I think it's important, if you are wanting to better yourself, for people to stay on our socials and everything, to keep an eye out, because the positive self-talk campaign is going to be starting very, very soon. And not only that, even today we are doing something, a give back.
Yes.
So
hey, I'm going to the give back.
Me too.
Yay!
Same, yeah.
I think the children are gonna have. I think for you guys, that's very brave of you, because when you're gonna just for for me, it's like, as you guys are going there, it's like you guys have taken the time out of your day to go to the children and make a change. So for you guys, it's like, look what you have done. You're going to the children, you're giving them what we have got for them. So for them, they'll definitely have a smile on their faces. So even me, if you go there and you cry, I mean, it's what can you do? It's you've seen what you have done to change. And that's so even as you guys go there, I mean, if you cry or do anything, just know that you guys have taken up the stand to go to the people and say, I mean, here you go, you're unprivileged. Here's something for you that you can, because I think that's what I want us to do, is just like try and give back to the poor as much as we can, because it's like we can all be that person to them and say, here's something for you, here's something for them. So I think that's
personally, I don't think that if you're gonna do something good, this is again my opinion. If you're gonna do something good for another person, do it because you want to do it. Don't do it for clout. Because like a lot of people will like record them giving a homeless person a McDonald's meal or something, when in actual fact a lot of truly really really nice people will do it and they won't even say anything. They won't record it. They won't do it because it's better to work in silence, because then you're able to my tongue is getting numb for some reason. It's just like you're able to do. No, Catherine, just take over.
Yeah, like Noah said, doing good deeds doesn't take energy. It doesn't, shouldn't. But when you want to do a good deed just to get people's attention, it's not good. Quick side note though, Noah said something about water, and it just reminded me, people at home, drink water. Just go get a glass and drink some water. I think people don't realize that they don't drink enough water in the day. So just quick side note, go drink some water.
And I also feel that with the give backs and stuff and taking care of yourself, like drinking water and such, and also the positive self-talk can have a big shift on your perspective of life, your perspective on yourself.
And your
even
mindset.
even though it might not be a quick thing like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna see the world as a beautiful and happy place and such. It might get to that point, but after,
a whole new world, a dazzling place. I know.
How did we get to this point? What is happening?
Bro, the transitions though.
So, yeah, but I think just keep an eye out though for all of those things that are going to be happening within BLASC, the working towards yourself and bettering yourself and such. But I think we're going closer to our time of having to go. So any last final words from you guys?
Sean? Oh, sorry, Catherine.
No, it's okay.
Catherine can go, it's fine. You can
Just a shout out to Phoenix, because we spoke about it a lot today, with the LGBT community, with your mental health, with caring about other people. You matter. Like Phoenix says, you matter.
You matter. Sean?
I think I just want to say a big thank you to Fagan for allowing me to come on the podcast and that. Because it's like, with him, it's like, in my other school, it's like, I could never be that person where I could make a change. So for me, I think he's that person that really has helped me to change myself and also use TikTok as a platform where I can grow and like, I can grow my page where it can become to an influencer thing. So for me, I think he has all helped us here to, I think, get something out of us and reach our potential. Because as Fagan said, I mean, if you look at Fagan, he's a person that I can truly say he's a person that will help you to the extent where if you need help, he will help you.
Yeah.
So I think for Fagan, it's really good that he had came up with this plan to create the podcast, so then we can be the voice. Because I can tell you now, Cape Town, we are the voice.
We are the voice.
Us as
The Rainbow Nation.
Us as a young generation, we are the young generation that are gonna take this world and we are gonna change it. So I can
We
say,
need that applause again.
yeah. So
Fagan's our teacher.
Facts. Oh my
Fagan's our
word.
teacher.
Yeah.
So for me, I just want to I just want to say thank you to Fagan. I mean,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Fagan is. I think we can also thank you to Fagan. I mean, he's a guy. Even though he's supposed to Liverpool and they lost.
Yo! Nah,
This got personal. This just got
nah,
personal.
man, with personal.
We still love him. We still love him, and we can still say thank you to him. That so yeah. So
Yeah.
I think for us, we're gonna see many stuff. We are gonna blow up, and I mean Cape Town. Get ready for us because we are gonna blow up, and you might see us around the world. So for us, even Fagan, I mean, yo, what can I say about Fagan? He's a guy he's really helped me in a way where I can really sit here and say like, thank you for what you've done. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you for what you have put into this group and what you have put into us as a BLASC and that. So
I
yeah,
think that's a good way to
Yes,
wrap it
Sarah?
up, eh?
Sure. Complimenting Fagan so much, he doesn't even compliment us.
don't worry, it only happens once.
Once in a blue moon.
Facts.
But for my last, like saying stuff, I think we can give a shout out to Luke since it's his birthday. Let's give him that.
Go,
Yeah.
Luke!
Shame, I'm sorry, Luke.
He's probably not even
Nah,
watching
Luke and
this.
Rush. Luke and Rush are the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Luke.
Happy
Enjoy your
birthday.
birthday.
You're probably not watching this.
Yeah.
Facts, but yeah, just a little shout out to Luke over there.
Okay.
Well then, everybody, thank you for tuning into the Now You Know podcast, and I bet now you'll say, now I know.
No.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all our platforms, including TikTok and Facebook. Are we on Facebook?
Yes.
Including TikTok and Facebook. And you can go find us on BLASCacademichub.com. BLASC, no? .co.za?
No, .edu. No.
BLASCacademichub dot something. I can't. But anyways, thank you again for tuning
Thank you,
in,
guys.
and we will tune out. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.